Hey, what up everyone, this is Mondo all day, back with another video, and in this video I'll be showing you my build guide for Antman. This is the build guide I use in order for me to pass Cosmic Trial, and so I'm going to be showing you my build guide as far as what artifacts I use, what uniques, where I place my power points, hero synergies, and my omegas. Again, I use roughly around 3,000 omegas, give or take here and there, but again, this is just to show you my build guide, and as well as I'll be showing you at the very end my rotation, how I was able to pass Cosmic Trial with Antman. So let's get it started. So first we'll get into as far as the artifacts. The artifacts I use is Advanced Circlet of Cataract. I use this artifact for the physical damage rating, +1 durability, the critical hit rating, brutal strike rating. He is a bit weak, so hence why I wanted the durability, and plus also this gives you extra damage for physical damage rating. Then I use Advanced Crimson Crystal of Cataract for the physical damage rating, for the health. And then I use Taskmaster's Fighting for Losers guide. Obviously I use it for the range and melee. This build is a range and melee, so it's gonna be perfect for this build, as well as for the defense rating. Again, he is a bit weak. The damage rating, and also the almost 5% damage rating to bosses. Then I use Advanced Super Soldier Serum, again for the extra spirit, health, deflect rating, defense rating. And then for the ring, I use a Bloodstone Demon Band, excuse me. I use it because it gives you +1 in strength, even though it's not energy, but +1 in strength, +246 in physical damage rating and defense rating. And again, even though he's not energy, so I mean, you could probably find a better ring, but I use this ring for now. And then for his medallion, I use Scroll Imposter for the critical damage, brutal damage rating, the health, and brutal. So this is all perfect for him, and plus for the extra damage for range attacks. Now for uniques, again, I use all of his uniques. These are all of his uniques. And then for the Euroforge, obviously I use the defense 800. Again, he is a bit weak. And I use the Blessing to where he gives you plus 200 damage for range powers and melee powers, and you gain health and spirit per hit. Legendary, of course, I use Savage Axis because he's all physical. And of course, Antman for the costume, all critical damage rating, and then I use a core that gave me 400 extra health in each hit, and he gave me +1 in strength and durability. Again, he is a bit weak, so durability is a good thing to have. Regarding Insignia, I use Insignia Wasp for the brutal damage strike rating, and then extra damage to area powers. And then obviously the pet that I have here, it gives you 4% health increase, 3 more credits per drop, not the best, but it'll do. 2 base damage to melee powers, +1 rank to all powers, and +2 fighting. So again, this is the items that I used to for Antman. So now let's show you my power points and where I placed them. And now Shrinking Strike, it's automatically just 1, so I use that. Added 1 more here for the movement, Can't Catch Me. I used 19 for the passive, Friends in Low Places. I used 10 for Red Hots. 19 for Bouncing Bullet. 19 again for Bioelectric Blast. This is a very good one. And then Wasp just gives you 1. Maxed out Think Small. For the Colony, 19. Clothes Make the Man, maxed out. Obviously Signature, you want to max that out. And last but not least, the Definite Particle, max that out. So again, this is my power points where I placed them. Now let's look at the Hero Synergy. Hero Synergy, 1 for Colossus for the health and physical damage. Electra for the physical damage and extra damage to bosses. Luke Cage for defense and physical damage. Moon Knight for the physical power critical chance. Nightcrawler for melee. Rogue for extra health and spirit on any hit. Vision for the range damage, powers, and damage to machines. War Machine for the spirit and fighting attribute. Winter Soldier for range and melee damage. And last but not least, Wolverine for the brutal. So now for Omegas, again, I use roughly around 3,000, give or take. So for neural enhancement, I place one for tactical neural implement. Arcane attachment none. Interstellar, one for Earth for the extra base damage. Hala 1, and then Sakar 1. Special weapons, none there. Mutation, one for a warpath for the fighting, and then one for frenzy for the extra critical damage rating. Radioactive oranges, none. For nanotechnology, 5 on spin tech for the extra damage to bosses. Human augmentation, 5 for Reaver program for the physical damage, and then 1 for super soldier serum for the extra strength, and then 1 for deathlock program for the physical damage rating. Extra. Psionics, 5 for melt phase for the brutal damage, and then obviously 1 for focus strength of Groom for the extra strength, plus 7 strength, because he's all physical. Molecular adjustment, 1 for Pterogenesis because it gives you +1 speed, strength, and durability, and again he's a bit weak, so this would definitely be useful, and plus it gives you +1 speed, so it makes him even faster. And then neural enhancement 1 for tactical neural, I think I said that already. Yeah. So that's where my Omegas, where I place them. Again, I use roughly 3,000, give or take here and there. So now I'll be showing you my rotation in terms of how I play with them. He's fairly easy to play with. And so the way I have it set up, well, I'll show you here. Shrinking strike. I use this damage just to whenever I'm low spirit. I use this just to gain some spirit. I use definitive particles right away because it does like it has a cooldown, but it does pretty good damage area. Bouncing bullet, same thing. I use that a lot. Red hots. You want to use this when you have your ant pod is generated. Bioelectric blast. I use this a lot, especially in range. This is very useful. For the colonies, very powerful as well too. And I'll show you how you can literally do almost like 2 to 4 million damage for the colony. And then Bigfoot sighting is the last move and a half. And then in number 2, my power, I use friends in low places. And again, I'll show you why I have it here. And this is very important. Alright, so the way my rotation goes, again, is pretty simple. Oh, before I continue, my team up, I use Deadpool. Again, for his signature server lag. And that's how I use them. So this is how I usually start. So usually I either start with Bouncing Bullet or a Definitive Particle. So if there's a lot of enemies, like for instance something like here, first thing I would use is Bouncing Bullet. That way I can do damage around. Something like this. See that? And then usually right after I use Definitive Particle. See that, to do area damage. And then just either I can do Bouncing Bullet again, or I can use Bioelectric Blast. I used red hots here and there. If like, for instance, I use it when if I'm doing damage here, and I want to do damage to this person right here, I just might use red hots. See, it does damage over time. See. Now, once this is filled up, the ant pot, this is what you want to do. This is a little trick. Not really a trick, but I'm going to show you how you can do massive damage. So, what this does, friends in low places, it replenishes your ant pod. Okay, so what does that mean? Is that when you fill this up, it gives you for the colony. You see how it's right now, it went down? Watch, let me fill it up. See, it's full. So what you do is once it's full, use it right away. And then activate friends in low places. Look what's going to happen. It fills up and then go right into it again. See what I mean? That's how you do massive damage. And now again, I use 3,000. So if you had more than 3,000 Omegas, you can do massive damage in this. I'll show you what I mean. So again, if this is the boss, I would definitely use first Bouncing Bullet,
and then definitive particle. Maybe red house, I don't know, depends. And then use bioelectric blast a lot. If you can use signature, but you definitely want to use bioelectric blast a lot, and bouncing bullet. That way you can fill up your bar, your ant pool, excuse me. And when it's full, then you can use for the colony, and then activate friends in low places, fills it up, and then use again for the colony. Again, it's very effective, and you can do massive damage. And so that's usually what I do. And then sometimes what I do too is, if I'm playing, and especially in Cosmic Trial, when there's a lot of bosses, a lot of enemies around, I like to set it up for the colony where I can do damage to multiple enemies at the same time. So if I'm doing damage to this person right here, and if I activate this right now, it'll do damage to this one, this one, this one, this one, maybe this one, but you're leaving the rest blank. So usually what I do is I like to activate for the colony where I can move around and get like the most damage to enemies, because it's very, very powerful. So my rotation will look something like this. So and signature, let it fill up, then move if you have to, activate it, and then look at that 2 million right there, see, just like that. And you can just keep doing it, and then activate this, 600,000 signature, and again, look at that, 5 million, 2 million, that's 7 million right there. Again, that is 7 million damage within the span of what, maybe 5 seconds. That's very, very huge. Now if you have different artifacts, like this is, I would probably remove this one for a better one, but if you had different artifacts, or you have probably more megas and you place them where it's fighting and strength, you can do massive, massive damage. So again, this is my build guide for Antman. Again, it's very simple. I like Antman, he's pretty strong. So if you do this build and if you actually play how I played in my Cosmic Trial video, you're most likely will pass it. So again, this is my build guide. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below. And that's it. This is my build guide. Alright, have a good one.